Hello, I'm John Steppens, and I'm the lead developer of Tyrant Antagonist Games and the head programmer and all the roles. Basically, I do all the things. I'm making a game called Pluck Hearts, and I thought I'd start a developer diary because I thought that'd be neat. Somebody might be interested. Who knows? The idea would be that once a week or so, maybe, I would chime in, say what I'm working on, like the ideas I have, how to solve certain problems, and then we can come back and see if I actually solve those problems. But before we do that, I wanted to do a couple of things. First off, I just wanted to kind of show people what the actual game is, you know, conceptually. And then I thought we could spend a few videos going through the older versions, because I've been developing this for a year, and I probably should have started a diary a year ago. But maybe it's more interesting to start one now instead. So, the idea is this is going to be a puzzle platformer. You can see me platforming already. I have the ability to jump and the ability to not fall through the ground, which is lovely. But the emphasis is supposed to be on the puzzle. So the idea is there are these objects in the world I'm calling denizens, and they have, as you can see, they're hearts. So I scan them. Some of them are see-through and some of them are not. The idea is all the hearts are going to have different powers. So this is a clay heart, and if I jump on this, it's solid, right? I don't fall through it, but if I jump through that one, it's not solid. As like you can see with that one there, it's not solid either. So, and I hope you can see where this is going. If I pick up this heart, by putting it in this scanner here, I can put it in a different denizen, like so. Now, I can stand on that. So, take that. So I just want to just put it over there, just to prove I can't get over there. Actually, I might be able to. Hang on. So the only way to get over there is to move the heart. It's almost like it's a puzzle or something. A very simple puzzle, because I'm trying to ease people into the puzzles, aren't I? So there we go. I can access this area over here, and I can take that heart, and if I want, I can put it on that. That's the proof of concept. What I thought I'd do is now show you the first version of the game. I'm currently working on version 0.4. So these, the HUD elements, which says what heart I'm carrying. You know what? This level's broken, isn't it? There's no way of me getting there. There you go. Already found out a thing I didn't notice before. It's possible to break the level. But yes, so you can see there where it says Heartless Cloud Block and Null Heart. That's a new feature for 0.4. But I thought I'd show you this before showing you 0.1, because I didn't want anyone coming into the video going, oh, it looks rubbish. Because yeah, 0.1 does look rubbish. There's been a year's worth of work. But I'm quite proud of what I've done. But we'll see where I came from. So this is version 0.1. So the first thing I should probably note here is that I'm using a program called Game Maker. If I actually make this smaller, I can show you Game Maker there. It looks like that. If you want to know about Game Maker, you should probably look up somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. But yes, this is obviously an epic platformer. Oh yes, that's the thing I was going to say. Let's press new game, shall we? Which I shall have to do right now with a mouse instead. So I learned to program using a tutorial, as I presume pretty much everyone who learns Game Maker does. And there's a guy called Sean. Sean Spalding, is it? And his tutorials are very, very good. And this is how I basically made this version. But he's got about, well, he's got a YouTube channel dedicated to them, and they're all very good. But one of them was how to make a very simple platformer. And about 10 episodes into that series, I decided, oh, I get it. I'm gonna go rogue. I'm making my own thing. I think you'll see some dinosaurs above. I'll get to them and I'll explain how I had the idea. But jump again while in the air to perform a second jump. So he didn't teach double jump. That is the first thing I figured out on my own. No. So yes, death. There's a controversial element. So the thing about this is I learned a lot of lessons. One, you can see it's really zoomed in, so you can't see where you're going. Signs aren't a bad idea, to be honest, but all these crates. I drew the sign and I drew nothing else in this game in this version. Yes, death. I don't think was a good idea. So the death is from the tutorial with the slow motion and stuff. So the second thing I taught myself, and it took me ages. So double jump is kind of an exercise in sort of logic. In like, because you think it'd be pretty easy, right? But the issue with double jump is how do you stop him from jumping forever? And you have to sort of save how many jumps you've done. It will take a while for me to explain. But the second thing I taught myself is these ledges, which he did have a tutorial for, but it was for Game Maker 1, and it just wasn't very good, that tutorial. So I figured it out on my own, and I feel like I've been doing a reasonably good job of figuring stuff out on my own. So yeah, I wrote tutorials on the world, which I kind of like actually, and I use these signs because they were in his tutorials. Yes, I decided to put a spike pit out of sight. So the thing about these moving ledges is they don't quite work. So getting him to glue to the ledge was he turns around. That's interesting. I don't think that happens. I fixed that. So he can. Oh, he slides. Yeah. Oof. I've come a long way. So this is the idea was that it was a solid platform, but I couldn't figure out, and I still haven't done this yet, how to make him bounce off the side. I can't show you because there's a bunch of spikes underneath, but right now he'll just float through. It's just because having him land on a thing, well, that's solid ground, right? That's pretty simple. But as soon as like I hit a moving thing, that's a solid ground that's suddenly no longer there. So do you slide down, which is what I do. You'd hit and slide, and if it was going towards you, you'd go backwards and slide. So you would sort of glue to the side of it. Anyway, but it's that sort of thing that you've got to figure out. Where it's like, what would feel good? So I may skip ahead because I inexplicably made this quite difficult, and that's a sort of lesson I learned making this, which is not only do I have to learn how to program a game, I've got to learn how to design one as well, like level design and tutorialization, all skills as well as drawing. These are all, as I said before, just assets I got from the internet. They were free assets. I didn't steal anything. You can pretty much always. Nope. Shall I cut ahead? Right. I cut ahead. Hold shift to grab onto the vines. Sun Mega, I don't explain this bouncy thing. Oh, there you go. I got stuck on the wall. Oh no, I forgot to. Okay, I think this is. In this version, I presumably transitioned from keyboard to controller. Okay. There we go, and he grabs onto that. So yeah, this is something I figured out by myself as well. The one thing that nobody could figure out when I was like, "Hey, play my demo. I made a game," was that you had to go all the way up here before you could walk off, otherwise you'd die. Because I don't know how to make games. So in the demo that Sean taught, I hope he's called Sean. He had a gun, and I was like, my brother made a game. He made a game about towers where you could kill lots of monsters. It was a tower defense game. his company was called Ledge Wizard Games, and it was about wizards. So I was like, I'll make this guy a wizard. So I gave him a crystal ball that shoots fireballs. Now, obviously, I changed this later. So yes, and I can kill some adorable dinos. One of the reasons this is in it is because it was in the tutorial, and I did all the things I could in the tutorial. So you can see the steel crates are indestructible, and that I don't think there's any way of getting out through that way. But yes. So you can see the way that those dinosaurs, they walk left and right and they fall down. You'll see they bounce back up. So my flash of inspiration was that he explained that you could have a dinosaur, instead of falling down, with a little tweak of the behaviour, would just turn around at the ledge. They'd be like afraid of heights, and that's a sort of character tweak that you could very easily do in the editor. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if you could affect the behaviour of the creatures in the world? And that was the entire concept. Like if you've ever played Lemmings, which is a bunch of creatures that flow like water by walking. What if you were one of the lemmings? So you just had to play Lemmings, but you were a lemming. I don't know why I said that twice, but you get the idea. And what eventually became Pluck Hearts evolved from that idea. This is apparently a puzzle. My first one, and nobody could solve it. So if you go all the way down here, so if you walk into a dinosaur, you die. So they won't walk past that. This will take me back to the original area, which is something I'm going to have to do because of reasons. So the dinosaurs, I did draw that. Well, I say I drew that. And I like the little bleepy computers, and I drew this as well. But you can see they're going like that. So the puzzle here is, how do I get to a particular place without being murdered by dinosaurs? We have to wait for them to pass, basically. I have to group them all up by killing them, and then I can get past. But I think I have to make sure I'm on the right side, otherwise I'll die and have to start the entire level again, because saving was a thing I hadn't figured out yet. So I have all this time in the world to get over here. Nope. What am I actually trying to do? It's been a while. I think there's a button somewhere. I'll have to figure out where it is. Very careful. So you can see they're all sort of sitting next to each other now. But you can see why I didn't keep this version. So clearly I need to break those two so I can break this bulb. How do I do that? So the problem with this puzzle is that nobody can see the bulb. I need to show people all the elements of the game. And this is why this is a rubbish puzzle. Please don't die, John. I managed to die, but hopefully he will keep his gun. He doesn't. Did I put a cheat in to do that? I put a restart button in. There's a continue button. Right, I'm going to have to put a cut in, aren't I? Right, I figured out it's safer just to come back down the left. So yes, you're supposed to get here. Blow away these. I don't know how you'd know that. But then, you see, I used gravity to make a puzzle. And this is a one-way thingy. Now we can kill these dinosaurs again. It's very loud, I'm sorry about that. Let's actually try and let them pass. Nope, I took too long. The thing is, the puzzle might eventually make sense, but like not when nobody knows what the hell they're doing. So if I do this, I've opened the door, haha! Then I can follow these adorable dinos downstairs and get to the room. So you can see it wasn't a very good demo because I've not actually shown off my proof of concept yet. I decided to dedicate an entire room to the things I'd learned. So this is vaguely now the proof of concept. So this is hello there, welcome to the test room. So the weapon of yours. So you can see I can't get past him, but if I shoot him, he will change to a different version. Actually shoots fruit. Feed the monsters, change their form. This is what the game's about. If you remember the start of the video, I actually kind of plucked the hearts. That's why it's called Pluck hearts. And then I shot it back in. That took a long time to program, and I didn't know how to do that at first, obviously. So I was like, oh, if I shoot him enough, then it will change. So you can see he changes to a hard version to a pink version. I can also change my gun, make him small. And if I... So you can see it's a bouncy version. So this is sort of closer to the proof of concept. There are 4 rooms and there are 4 puzzles. So... Oh yeah, because I didn't know how to make them hard, so he just bounces you off. So how do you get through this room? Well, you make him solid like that. You can stand on top of a solid dude. And then you change your gun and you make him small. Then I can oh, hopefully. And again, this is a puzzle I'll probably keep a version of. And I can stand on this guy, see? And we can get up here, shoot that, and open the first door. This I drew. I actually might keep that. And again, oh, how do we get past this? It's always used the gun both times. They were supposed to be really easy puzzles. But literally no one saw them because they never got to this room. So I make him bouncy. Then I can... I don't know why it bounces to the right like that. Then I can double jump over here. Smash this. He should have showed that, but it didn't. I drew the vines as well. But I'm hoping that it sort of makes sense. It actually shoots... Okay, no, we know this. So, we've got 2 ones in this room. How do you think you solve this one? It's ones in. So you can see it's rough and broken because that's not supposed to happen. And it's crashed. Cool, because it's never supposed to go down there. And let's see if we can get it back where we were. Right, thankfully it does actually save when I walk in this room, so I didn't have to do the entire first room again. But you can see, yeah, I rushed this because I had to like figure out puzzles. I was like, right, I've made this system. What can I actually do with it? Well, that's dangerous. I don't want to do that, do I? I don't know why I'm trying to do this legitimately. The problem is there's like weird timing involved, so it's just quite hard to get them to stand in the right position. Then maybe... Ooh, got lucky there, didn't I? Lovely. And then the final puzzle... like all the rest of the puzzles, I had to invent new types of... Oh god, am I going to break this? What was this one? I just had to bounce across? Oh yeah. No. Okay, well that was the final puzzle, you get it. It wasn't very good. Let's close this down. There is an ending room that thanks everyone for playing that nobody ever saw because it was a shoddily made mess. But I improved, as you hopefully will see in the next episode where I should show off version 2. But yeah, this has been John Steppens, Tyrant Antagonist. I'll get used to talking normally. I've got a Let's Play channel, so I'm used to talking like I'm somebody else. But yes, I'm not used to showing off a thing I made. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully somebody's interested. Yeah, we'll see you in the next